Hi, guys, and welcome to our Real Stories of Health call. Tonight, we're going to cover just some stories of health. Many of you guys are here as this is just part of your journey. You guys are on our program, creating health in your life. Many of you guys are here maybe to find out more because it's kind of hard to explain the full benefit of how we help people create health. And some of you guys here, like, Sharon was just on the call saying she became a health coach today, are learning what it might be like to elevate your health journey to help others with our program. So I'm really excited. We're going to kick off here. And let's see here. I'm going to mute people real quick here. 1 second. Oh, they already figured it out. So my name's Brad Miller, and this, of course, is my beautiful wife, and we're both certified health coaches. You have me tonight because we now have expanded into 3, and I have a little 8-month-old, and someone has to watch the little guy because he's crawling and getting around all over the place. As you can see in the right-hand corner, he's already doing more push-ups than his dad, and that is one kind of the aspects of living a healthy life. He's already noticing that his dad does push-ups at home, and he started mimicking me, which is pretty cool. But my wife and I do this together, and it's kind of funny. I never thought I'd ever have the word certified health anything next to my name. And you'll kind of learn about how that kind of came to be through this call. But this is my family, and this is really about my why. Like we said, we have a little guy, and we revolve all of our life around our little guy and just having fun with him. And we both get to be with him full time. And we also get to help change people's lives. And that's really what is exciting for me. Hold on 1 second. We have someone unmuted. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I can't figure out who it is. So someone's unmuted. So if someone would just double check your phone, you can just see if you're the one that's unmuted or not. You're the one that has the golden ticket. So anyways, this is a little bit about me, my family, and I get to spend time with my little guy, and I also love helping people. And you're going to hear some of those stories tonight. That middle picture, this tiny one, that's me and my mom, who we're actually speaking to a group of people that are learning about health on a Saturday morning. So that's a little bit about me, but I want to talk about who's on the call tonight. We're going to be sharing some stories about health and hopefully educating you guys a little bit on stories. But I'm not really going to tell you much tonight. We're just going to share stories of people that have changed their lives. So that's what we're going to get in here tonight, and stories of real transformations. And we still have someone that's not muted. So I'm going to check to see here. Oh, there we go. I found it. Usually someone calling in here is how it goes, so that we found it, got it figured out. But the first story that I'm excited to share with you guys tonight is someone who's really close to me. That she was there when I was, she was actually my old neighbor, and she's now family. And she has changed her health tremendously, and is I just like to have her come on and share a little bit of story. So Heather, are you there? Go ahead.
Oh, there we are. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. So we've been talking, and you've had an awesome transformation over the last few months, and you've been helping other people do the same with your inspiration, because you can see the difference right there. But would you tell just everyone a little bit tonight about, what's changed in your health and your entire life? What's changed in your life since getting started with Take Shape for Life?
Well, I'll start with, I'm just a super busy mom. I homeschool. I'm a soccer mom. I have 6 kids. And they pretty much take up my whole life, which I love. I wouldn't change that. And this opportunity has given me even more possibilities to do with my children. After my 5th kid, I never really lost my weight. And then after my 6th kid, I was tired of being tired. I'd been on thyroid meds for 6 years and just was done with feeling like crap all the time. So, I jumped full board on the program, and I love Take Shape for Life and everything they have to offer with follow-up and, the maintenance plan afterwards. I lost 30 pounds. I've maintained it for the last 3 months, and I just love what I'm doing, and I want to pay it forward to all these other moms that I know that, I know they would love the benefits of this for so many reasons. And, I've brought this health to my household. My kids eat better. My kids love MetaFast products, especially the soft baked stuff. And, it's just, I'm being a good example for my kids, my family, my friends, and I love it.
That's amazing. And I put some pictures up here, and you didn't know which ones I was going to put up there. I even
Yeah.
snapped a candid one of you on the right-hand side, because that was right after you had hit your goal. And, I just remember you getting started, not being sure if you'd be able to actually get there. In the last few years, I mean, you kind of basically discovered that you had a thyroid condition, and, 5 kids. And what's great about it is no one would probably guess that you have had 5 kiddos. And I grabbed a snapshot of just some of them over there on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
And just, it's incredible how much you've changed your health, how much energy you have. And most of the time, I mean, you can put it in your own words, but you got told, that, the information about your thyroid condition, and they don't really have much information for you on that. And usually it leads to, weight gain or the ability to have it difficult to lose weight. And I mean, how did you do on program? How was your weight loss? How was your success, even with having a thyroid condition?
It was good. It did take a little bit longer to get kind of over the thyroid hump. My 30 pounds took me closer, about 3.5 months to really get that down. But it was worth it. And like I said, the maintenance has been great. I recently went back to the doctor, and everything is still good. I'm still fine with not taking my meds. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I would say so. And one thing you said on there, which is really cool, we've talked about, is just how much your family's changed. I mean, you have a big family, and I only caught a fraction of them in the picture in the left-hand corner there, but just the difference in their health through mom getting healthy. So I know that's something you're also pretty passionate about too, if you wanted to explain kind of the shift of what's happened in your household since mama got healthy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of athletes. I have a lot of boys, so we play a lot of soccer. And my oldest, I mean, he's super athletic and always out on the soccer field, but, he was still, we put him on, the program for a couple of weeks with me, and of course, 2 weeks, and he was happy as could be, because, he could get out there and run like he, knew he could. He just, he needed that little help with extra energy and, healthier eating habits, which, that was my fault for not doing all the time anyway. So.
Yeah. What I love that though is it's never too late to make a change, and you've, already shifted it around. You're very involved with your family, and you saved him from something that happened to me, because I was a year-round athlete growing up, and that's actually what caused me to need to lose my weight. Is you sometimes can get away with your eating habits when you're an athlete, but not after you stop doing all the athletic stuff. So you really saved him from needing to learn that down the line. So amazing story, Heather. I'm just so proud of you, and it's been fun to walk with you on your health journey. And I just want to thank you for sharing tonight. It's powerful.
Thank you.
Awesome. And, there's just all shapes and sizes, no pun intended. It's just real stories of all different directions. And a good friend of mine, Mike, and I'm actually really excited for my friend Mike to share tonight, because we talked in the very beginning when he talked about getting on program. He talked about needing to plug into these calls for the support. He said what's really going to make the change in his health is plugging into the community. And I'm really excited for him to get to share his story. I mean, he's still on it, as we all are. Health's like the laundry; it's never done. But Mike just hit the big 40-pound mark, which is incredible. And coming from the healthcare profession, so I can't give all of his accolades, but I thought I'd have him share a little of his story. So, Mike, are you there tonight? Little mute button in the bottom
there
left.
There you go. No, I thought you were going to unmute me, so I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you. You look good. You look good in this picture.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you went back and found some good ones there.
I did. Well, musician, all the accolades in the AMR community, and just your health. So share with us a little bit about, what's changed in your health and what's changed overall for you.
Sure. Well, yeah, as you mentioned, I just hit the big 40 pounds, and I've been on plan since probably about mid-May or so. So things have been going really good. I really feel like I'm on kind of automatic mode right now. Plan's going good. No cravings of any kind. So as far as like plan stuff goes, I'm on automatic mode and things are going really good. But kind of getting back to why did I end up on plan? I've been a paramedic. I've been in the in the business for about 20 years, and once I through promotions and other things like that, kind of getting out of the field and being super active, running calls and doing all that stuff. I kind of noticed that I was starting to be the biggest guy in some of the meetings, and I'm like, man, how can I go out and help people when they're in their crisis mode if I'm having issues, which thankfully I never did, but I just like, I got to get over that. So, I started playing, thanks to obviously your help, my coach, Michelle, who happens to be my wife. So she's pretty much a slave driver. Having my coach in the house has actually been really good. So, and she's everywhere I go, so I can't really get away from her, which is a good thing. But there's been a couple of things that are different. And one of them is, I've been participating in the health games, the health challenges, and that has been a fantastic motivator. And I watched a video. It was literally a 3-minute video. It took 3 minutes out of my day to watch it. He really talked about thinking of yourself as the CEO for your body. And that goes for everything. There's always vendors, or bad habits that are always trying to get to the CEO to say, hey, they buy my product or subscribe to what I'm trying to do. And if it's not good for the CEO, then he doesn't buy it. So if that for some reason that process really resonated with me. So every time I'm confronted with a choice or a decision about something to eat or not to eat or activity to do, I think of it as, hey, would the CEO, is this good for my company, or AKA my body? And if it is, then we'll do it. If it's not, then I just say, you know what, the CEO says, not today, and come back and see me when you have a better product to offer for me. And then the other thing real quick is the non-exercise activities. That has been fantastic for me. In fact, we just talked about it on the call the other day, and it's all the other things. It doesn't have to be go to the gym. And that's been kind of my thing. The plan, losing weight, it's going awesome. But for me, it was really finding an activity or exercise or something that I really enjoyed. So thinking of all the non-exercise related things like, gardening or just going on walks or doing whatever. You don't have to go to the gym and kill it 7 days a week, And so it's just been really fantastic for me. And I couldn't be happier right now. I got a little ways to go still. But every day has just been awesome. So I appreciate you asking me to come on and kind of share my story a little bit and take some time for me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And I like all the things you said there. I might have to bring you on for part 2 with an update down the line. You'd be okay with that?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, and I love that you mentioned the health game. So for those that are listening in, or maybe just getting started, or maybe looking to see if this is a fit for you, we have so many tools to help you create health. I'm going to get to like the bulk, the meal plan that we cover on, but we have so many facets that help people create health. And one of the things Mike is talking about is the health game. So periodically, we have an online challenge. It goes for 4 or 6 weeks. The next few ones are going to go for 6 weeks. And basically, you just challenge yourself for 6 weeks. You either challenge yourself to maintain, because health is not just weight loss, and improve healthy habits, or to lose weight if that's what's going to move you forward on your journey. And there's little tidbits like that. And, Mike, I love that, because you texted me that day and you said, I'm making CEO choices. And it's so true, because if it's not good for the CEO, it's not good. It's, it's not getting past the secretary. It's not getting all the way up there. It's not a go. So
exactly.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Well,
I really appreciate it. And I just want to plug the health games one more time. It's been such a great motivating thing, because I'm going to get my points every day, and I'm held accountable for doing that because there's other people on our team. And I don't want to take up too much time, but definitely, the meal plan is just one, literally, it's a small piece of the whole bigger thing. And so anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Well, you can't take up too much time, because all the stuff you're saying is amazing, and I'm loving it, because yes, the meal plan is great, but it's not the whole thing. It's just one of the vehicles, one of the tools the whole tool belt that helps you get to your goals. So actually, for those that are new here or haven't joined the games, the next game is going to start in early September. So be prepared, Mike. I'm going to see you out there, and
you'll see me.
I'm always trying to get more points than you, but I can't keep up. Mike, thanks for sharing tonight, and congrats.
Of course.
We'll bring you up for an update.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So this is also for everyone. This is part of a support tool. Part of the people here tonight are just, they're on their journey, or they're past their initial weight loss, or wherever it's at. It really doesn't matter. You can be anywhere on your journey, or you're looking to possibly see if this plan is a fit for you. I want you to think about your guys' self for a little bit, where you were. I mentioned where I was at, and for those that don't know, that are new on the line, I actually come from a big family of losers. And that's weight losers, to expand on that a little bit, is my whole family's lost over 2,500 pounds. And I was talking with Heather about, the habits that they have helped instill in their family. And I actually watched my family. I'd say the average weight loss for my entire family was over 40 pounds a person, ranging all the way up to over 130. And I didn't have to go through that, because I saw their success, and I saw doing that. So I actually lost 25 pounds on our program. And it's not just about the weight loss. It's about moving forward in your health every single day. And that's what we really focus on. We focus on, basically, one of our things that we say is we focus where most diets leave off, which is after the weight loss. And one thing I want to talk about tonight is just why. If you're on the line right now, maybe you're on your health journey, or maybe you're looking at, getting started on this, there's always going to be a lot of how and what questions. And the how and what questions are like, just everything's coming. What am I going to eat? What is it, this thing? What is the exercise? Can I do this? And really, the most important thing when I would encourage people to think about when you're doing this is really the why. Because when your why is clear and your why is focused on creating health, and we talk about creating optimal health, which means just saying what's the most optimal situation that can be had at any given moment, that's when you're going to be able to figure out those hows and whats. And all of them just kind of fall into place. Mike, you mentioned that exercise is always kind of a bugaboo for you, but you know what? You started to figure it out because you're focused on creating optimal health. And it's funny how you've started to figure it out. I mean, yeah, we provided some cool ideas and tips through the process, but you've ultimately figured it out because you were focusing on the why. You didn't have to figure out how you were going to exercise or the what of exercise. So it's just a really cool thing to think about. And our program, I'm going to review the program a little bit, is it just includes weight loss. It starts with preparing for your journey, where some of you guys are at tonight. Reaching a healthy weight, because reaching a healthy weight is probably one of the most substantially important things you can do for your health on your health journey. There's all these things you can do, kind of those hows and whats I was talking about, but research will show being at a not healthy body composition weight is probably one of the most fundamentally unhealthy things you can do for your body. And there's transitioning to eating healthy, learning healthy habits, and then optimizing your health for your age, and then living a longer, healthier life. And this is these are kind of how our plans work. We basically have kind of two layouts on how we can help people create health. And we have what's called a 5-in-1 plan, and that's typically for weight loss. And I'll explain that here in a second. Or we have a 3-in-3 plan. That can be for weight loss. It would be a little bit slower, but typically 3-in-3 is kind of an easy structure that helps people have a plan on how to stay healthy long term. And this is again kind of going back to the hows and the whats, kind of liking that bullseye slide tonight, is that a lot of people will be like, oh, I do this, or I'm on this kind of workout plan, or I'm this kind of eating plan. But the thing is that life catches up with you at some point. It always does. No one ever escapes. Life's going to come catch up with you. And what's happening is if you're focused on the why, and that's why I like this community, that's what's able to help me stay healthy for the last 6 years. I have only moved forward in my health in these last 6 years, and I'm ultimately thankful for this program because this is my why is staying healthy and being optimally healthy. Even proud to say that my wife is already back to her pre-pregnancy weight after having our 8-month-old. I didn't have to gain any sympathy weight, although I had plenty of sympathy for my amazing wife who gave birth to my little guy. But that's just, that's the sustainability that comes with this full program. So let's look at the weight loss. Oh, seeing someone figured out the drawing on the screen. I knew it would happen at some point. But basically, let's focus on our 5-in-1 weight loss program. You eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. It's clinically proven. You have high energy, low hunger, and it's really simple and easy. All these meals that you see up here, they all are nutritionally balanced, high in protein, balanced carbs and sugars, and they put you into a fat burning state where you lose up to 2 to 5 pounds a week and then average about 1 to 2 pounds after that. We see a little bit more on the higher end, but that's what our clinical studies show. We've been studied for over 30 years. We're actually Johns Hopkins' #1 recommended weight loss program. But that's just our weight loss program. But let me detail that out a little bit more for you. So there's over 80 meals. So you can, one, have plenty of things that meet your taste buds. But moreover, it just is also a practice because everything you do on plan is a practice of creating health. And what happens is you're just looking to grab a meal every 2.5 to 3 hours that is nutrition and it's going to feed your body. You're going to drink plenty of water. We encourage 64 to 100 ounces a day. And then what our full program's about, because Mike was talking about that the food is just a component. Yes, it helped you lose 40 pounds, Mike, and Heather 30, but that's just the structure. What we do is we also pair you up with the education piece, which is great. This is Dr. A's Habits of Health, and it starts to feed your healthy mind while your body is getting healthy. Then you have a health coach, someone who's not going to be, it's not like they're pounding you every day. It's not like a boot camp drill instructor. It's someone that's just going to say, hey, are you staying with it? Are you staying with it? What can I do for you? I've been there before. Let's be better together and help you and give you tips on what's helped you along the way. But then we also have community in there. You see in the top right-hand corner, like a call like this. Mike was also mentioning the health games, and that's kind of how we paired up. And it's a whole system, not just one thing, not just a meal plan. And what I think is pretty cool is, you mentioned a lot of the things, Mike and Heather, and Gina's going to share here in a second, all the things that have changed in your overall life. And I didn't know just by starting this meal plan, all the things that would increase better in my life. You know, the personal development that I've learned through this company, the better relationships that have come in, you know, learning more about myself through just learning, just focusing on learning about myself. There's so many intangibles that you can't really explain that you would think by having your first meal in our plan that you would move forward. But it's just an incredible piece there. So when you start on plan, what exactly do I get? Most people start with a month of program. You get a personal health coach. It comes with that program materials like I was talking about. And that's just $364.50 to get started on your first month. And what the great part about this is, one, is usually less than what you eat on a lunch out. And also, you're just trading your grocer because these are the meals you eat on plan. So a lot of people will pay extra money for, you know, personal health coaches, trainers, etc., or, you know, pay for classes. This, you're just basically trading those results that Mike and Heather was talking about, Gina's going to talk about here in a second. You're just trading out your grocer, and it all comes along with it, which is pretty amazing. But one thing I'm really excited about, and again, I'm plugging Gina, I'm setting her up, because it's really about paying it forward. And real people trust real people. There's so many advertisements today, and people know that there are slick ad agencies, using Photoshop and special marketing things to help you try to buy things. And people really don't trust people that they don't know. And what I love about this is that the people on the call tonight got healthy because someone else got healthy and someone else paid it forward to them. So like, here's an example. Dawn, who got healthy with us through a friend that we met at a birthday party, paid it forward to a good friend back home, then paid it forward to Abby, who she was an instructor at her Zumba studio, which paid it forward to her friend Abby, who paid it forward to Julie, who paid it forward to Shauna. And it's just, that's the ripple effect that we create by one person making the decision. So also, if you're on tonight and you're having success or just looking at this, someone you're going to come across is going to be wanting an avenue to create health in their life. Over 2/3 of the American population is overweight or obese. So people are looking for those victories that Mike and Heather were talking about. So share this with other people, because if you know it works, if you've met someone it works for, that's the most important thing. And that's what I love about our program is it takes the worry out. You don't have to wonder if this program is going to work for you. I know most people have probably tried an average of 3 diets, and some of it just doesn't flat out work. It's just not a sustainable way to actually even lose weight, whether it's teaching you healthy habits or not. But this, it's going to work no matter what. And it's just how far are you going to go and how much are you going to learn along the process. So we're going to talk a little bit about paying it forward. That's what I was talking about in that slide. And here's just some examples of it, because I know some people are here to learn about what it's like to become a health coach, or hear stories of what it's been like for people that have become health coaches. But basically, the big thing is it reinforces your decision to stay healthy. Community of healthy people, to be a part of impacting someone's life. I mean, I can't tell you how happy it's made me tonight to just look at Mike and Heather on here and just know where they were at when they got started, and just to be part of the process and watching them create health. You can create part-time or full-time income. And for me, it's the ripple effect. And I've always just wanted to be a part of something that, was, before I was in construction and we built homes, and it was kind of cool at the end of the day, you built homes and it was there and I can still look at those homes, but I never really felt like I made a difference in anyone's life. And that's probably the most important thing that I've been able to do in my life, is have the purpose of helping people. So I'm actually going to finish up tonight. I'm going to have Ms. Gina Schnabel come on here and share a little about her health, because she has a tremendous health journey. And she's just going to explain a little bit about what's changed in her life. So Gina, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. There you are. I can see you too.
Awesome. Oh, wow. These are a bunch of old pictures too. This is cool. So, yeah. I'm just going to kind of tell you what it was like for me, and what changed in my life. Before Take Shape for Life, I was a single mom. And when I say a single mom, there was no other income but my own. And it was me and my children, and that's it. And I have a little girl and a little boy who are 13 and 17 years old now. So I was their sole provider. And I worked in a bank, and I worked 40 hours a week, and I was on my feet all day, and I would come home, and I loved my job. I loved my job because my job provided for me and my children, and I was very grateful for it. And I would have enough time to come home after work because I was always the earliest one there, and I was always the last one to leave. I was always Johnny on the spot for my job, making other people's dreams come true. And when I got off work and would come home, I would have enough time to cook dinner and sit down and eat with the kids and put them to bed and get them ready for their next day at school or whatever. And that was about it, So when you're a single mom, the most important thing to you or to me are my children and my family. And, there would be times when my kids would be in a parade or something, and I would ask my job if I could go and watch them. And I remember I was holding my camera, waiting for my daughter to come by. She was all dressed up in her little Hollywood costume on the float, and as she was coming by, I was ready to snap the picture, and my camera mechanism went off because I was getting a phone call and they were asking me when I would be back at work. And it was just little things like that that started to really make me pay attention to, like, not being there for my kids and not being able to go on. Another really important thing for me was to take my child, my oldest son, on a mission trip, and we had the opportunity to do that in 2011. And I took the time off work, which was my own holiday pay, my own vacation, and right before it was time to go, they sat me down and told me that I could not go. So I had to send my son alone. And for me, it really broke my heart, and it made me start looking again at the value. I had already been on program, and I had already lost 80 pounds. I had just became a health coach, and the things that I didn't know about coaching were like the inspiration that you get back from it. Like, I was working in a bank, and I needed that security for my family to bring home that money and to raise my children. But there was something missing. I was grateful for that, but there was something missing. I would go and do my 40 plus hours a week, but I didn't know what was missing until I became a health coach, and I started getting invited into people's lives and being able to help them. And that was the inspiration I was missing. You don't get that working, grateful for my job, but you don't get that working in a 40-hour-a-week job, just working to make an income. And I got that from Take Shape for Life. At first it was just the weight I wanted to lose, and then it was the money I wanted to earn to pay for my food when I became a health coach, and I've gotten so much more than that back. Now I get to do those things with my kids that I wanted to, and nobody's going to be calling on my phone, stopping, no one's going to break my stride. You know what I mean? I get back from Take Shape for Life what I didn't even know was missing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know that I would get so much inspiration from helping clients, helping people reach their goal weight, helping people leave their jobs just like I left mine. By the way, I left my 40-hour-a-week job after 5 months of coaching, and I tripled my income there. So Take Shape for Life is real. It offers not only single parents, but it offers everybody a chance to do something that they love. If you like helping people, if you like helping people reach their dreams, and the healthy mind, healthy body, and the healthy finances, I feel like I won the lottery, because it did so much more for me, things that I didn't even know it could do. I saw this thing on Facebook, and it said, if you're dreaming, dream a little bigger, or something like that. I didn't even know how to dream. I didn't even know what was possible for me. So in a nutshell, Take Shape for Life has given me freedom with my children, because they're not going to be with me forever. They're going to leave the house one of these days. And I want to spend as much time as I can with them, and give them as much foundation to grow that I can in their lives.
Wow, Gina, that's incredible. And what I love about it, for everyone that's listening in, and maybe it's your first time call, we do something special in his calls. I just literally ask people to share what's changed in their life since Take Shape for Life. And I know all of Gina's journey. I've had the power of walking alongside her. My wife is the one that coached her. And Gina, I still remember that day we got a voicemail from you saying, "Hey, I want to start this program." And you were like off trying to go buy it from one of the, sign up for one of the clinics. Yeah. And, and I love the biggest thing here is that your health journey is phenomenal. 80 pounds, and just a lot of loving yourself back, and learning to, love yourself. And, you didn't even share on that, but I asked, what's changed for you? And I love that you said, I gained my life back. I didn't even know what I was missing. And I just think that's powerful too, because that was the same thing for me. And it's great because so many people on this call here tonight are probably going to have different experiences through their health journey. And I just love that that was yours, that you lost your 40-hour week. I mean, yes, you lost 80 pounds, your health is there, you know, you're an inspiration to all the people running around Tracy, but what you get is more about what you gained, and you gained more time with your family. You gained the ability to dream. You gained basically the ability to inspire others and be who you were meant to become.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing tonight. That's powerful. I'm glad I had you go last, because I don't know if anyone can top that. So thank you, Gina.
Thanks.
So, and that's what Gina was talking about. I was playing around with the slides here, is, you know, organizing your life around what matters most, really getting that healthy mind. And that's kind of what I was talking about. I didn't think when I first had my first meal replacement, you know, my healthy meal replacement, which was much healthier than any meal I was having at that time, is that I would have so much healthy mind come from this. I get to be surrounded by people like Mike, Heather, and Gina's in my life, and all the people chatting in the chat here. It's really probably the most phenomenal thing I've ever really been a part of, which is, just to say the least. And, you know, Gina talked a lot about, you know, what was changed in her was paying it forward, and basically getting to leave a job that made her feel trapped and not fulfilled, and not even be able to have the freedom to go serve on her own dime on a mission trip with her son, and getting to live that purpose. And, you know, so for those that are looking forward to paying it forward, you know, we notice we don't talk about money a lot. What we do, there's plenty of well compensation for serving others, but, you know, it's kind of fun to break it down like this. And this is the way I thought about it, because not only does health coaching really move your journey forward, your own health journey makes you more accountable. It helps you start to change the people's lives around you. But like, just for helping about 5 people a month, which is about 57% of where health coaches are in our community, we're just pay it forward to help a few people. You add an extra almost $8,000 of income to your household a year. And, you know, for those that are on the line that, you know, have ever asked your boss for a raise, think about that. You know, how many times have you asked, hey, you know, can I get an extra $8,000 raise a year? And they're like, no, maybe next year. And if you were like me in the construction industry, luckily they wouldn't. If you were lucky, they wouldn't take away some of your income. And then you have people where you're helping a few people a month, average 40%. A little bit more than that, average $12,000 a year. And then for executive directors and above, which is like the first level we encourage in Ashley and I's health coaching group, we call them world changers, because they've thought above themselves, helping about 18 to 20 people. They add an average of $33,000 of year income, and that's the average national income. And then it just goes up from that, way above that. But, you know, it's really based on how many people you help and the ripple effect you create. And what's cool about it, as you keep going, we have leadership training. Like Ashley and I just booked our trip to Sundance today, and it's an amazing leadership trip where you just basically get to work on yourself, work on your own healthy mind, healthy body, and everything else, but really focus on how do you learn to help and serve people better, which I'm just gratefully part of that. So just it's kind of hard to explain all the intangibles, and Gina really kind of put it into a lot of amazing words there, what it's been like to pay it forward. So, you know, wherever you're at on this line, whether you're a health coach, you're already having fun, rocking and rolling, or you're on your health journey, or you're thinking about doing this, basically, I want to encourage you to keep taking steps forward. If you came here to learn more information about about coaching or program, please reach out to the person that invited you on and just said, hey, you know, I'm curious, because we don't do sales in our company and we don't sell our program. We show people a pretty cool way to get healthy and change many aspects of their lives. So just ask them, what would it look like for me? What does this look like? What am I looking for? And let them help make some of the connections and find out if it's a fit for you. So that's what I would encourage you guys to do. And I want to thank everyone for made it on today. I want to thank Heather. Steve is the other half. So Heather, Mike, and Gina for sharing tonight. Powerful stories of health. And thank you everyone who chimed in on the chat. Kevin, you're also blowing it up on there. Might have to have you share on one of these soon. And I just want to encourage you guys all to have a healthy good night. And thanks for joining us. And you know, if you like this, share it with somebody, because someone shared it with all the people that were on the line tonight. And you can just imagine if those stories weren't created. So with that being said, have a great night. And thanks for being on. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks. Yeah. Great job, everybody.
Seriously, great job. Thank you.
Gina, you almost had me not being able to continue. I was like, oh, hold on, I'm still recording.